Boom.
Alrighty, so BroFive broke up. Why? How? Who the fuck cares? I'm gonna tell you. I know that some of you are only here for my Rocket League stuff, in which case I'll see you in the next one. Or please, for the love of God, stick around. I need the beat time. Please don't fucking leave. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, BroFive is a golf channel that uploaded their first video in August of this year, 2019, and announced officially on the channel that the channel was done and splitting up in November of the same year, despite gaining over 100,000 subs in a short period of time, with videos ranging from 150,000 to 350,000 views over the 15 videos they uploaded before the announcement of their split. The channel was made up of Brody Smith, a longtime social media star and former professional ultimate frisbee player who turned to golf after an injury. He has over 2 million subs on his main channel and has videos with the likes of Dude Perfect and multiple professional golfers such as Brooks Koepka. And then the other 3 members were the members of GM Golf. Garrett Clark, who officially owned the channel, and it was in essence his channel, and for a long time made trick shot videos, however really blow up his channel to around 170,000 subscribers and rising in the past year or so, with the videos made with the 2 other members of the BroFive, energetic, kinda ridiculous Matt Schaff, and the more toned down, quiet, and still funny Steven Castaneda. In a 78-minute video that I'm not proud to say I watched every second of, Brody gave his side to the story and to why he believed the group broke up. Now, first thing is that Brody is a smart man and has been doing social media for a long time, and as such, he was smart enough to quote-unquote take blame for the misdoings that he did, when in fact I'd say that what he did was kind of like when you go into a job interview and they ask what your greatest weakness is, and you're like, oh, I try too hard. He essentially boiled down his his involvement to trying too hard and being too invested in the group. This is fucking ridiculous. However, he essentially boiled down the reasons for the split to be Matt and Garrett not pulling the weight on the duties that were assigned to them, Instagram and Facebook respectively, and that they were pushing their own videos and merch but not BroFive, despite all of the members agreeing that they were planning to do only push BroFive and eventually only do BroFive. Matt also took an exception to Brody saying that everyone was replaceable, and Garrett got his parents to intrude on a phone call between the group, and it all got very, very weird very quickly. Cool, so case closed. They were more focused on their personal brand, and they were selfish and wanted the money, right? Well, not quite. And also I should mention that at this point, GM Golf has put up a statement saying that there are 2 sides to this story, and that their side will be coming out soon. However, it hasn't come out yet, and I've been waiting like 3 days for it, so I had to get this video done. Matt and Garrett both adamantly claimed that the posting to their channel and neglecting BroFive obligations was not due to the money, and that they enjoyed the freedom of their own channel, to which Brody suggested another BroFive, where they could upload whatever they wanted, but they didn't really like that idea. Maybe they didn't like it because of the revenue splitting, whatever. So they lied, right? Again, not quite, from what I think. As of making this video, like I said, I'm still waiting for GM Golf. However, even without them, I think that you can still take a lot from what Brody said and from what's been said on social media. The reasons that I've seen thrown around for why this split occurred are a little bit out of order in my opinion. There have been claims that the difference in age between the 3 GM Golf guys and Brody was what caused the split, and this may have been a factor. However, upon watching the videos of GM Golf, they seem to have their heads screwed on despite being often goofy. They are very smart with their merch and their brand deals, etc. There have even been claims that Brody was jealous of Garrett's golfing ability and didn't like being shown up, which is pretty ridiculous, as Brody constantly searches to play with better and better players, and most of their videos were golf related, but not like golf matches, such as the Wheel of Not Ideal, which was performing really well for them. So what did cause the split? Well, first you have to consider the position of every single member of this group individually. Brody claims that he took ideas as to how the group should run from the British group, the Sidemen, and the American group, Dude Perfect. Now, these groups are all are very different and different from BroFive. Dude Perfect, all the members individually had nothing except Dude Perfect. All they had was that account, no personal channels, and no one knew who any of them were before Dude Perfect. So the plan from Brody and GM Golf to move towards only doing BroFive, based on the fact that only doing Dude Perfect worked well for that group, was somewhat misfounded, as the positions of those guys were in was very different, as GM Golf and Brody both had large individual followings. The Sidemen, on the other hand, all have their individual channels that most of them post to fairly regularly, and then they post a Sidemen video every Sunday and sometimes some other content, etc. This works as they have their individual channels, and the Sidemen videos are easier to coordinate because they are weekly and they can designate someone to take care of it. Now let's look at BroFive. Steven is like Dude Perfect. At the time of BroFive being together, he didn't have his own channel. He now does, but at the time, BroFive was all that he had. GM Golf was trying to do a similar thing to the Sidemen, where it would seem they wanted to mostly do their own thing, but still have the BroFive videos and do that together. This was went about the wrong way by them, and by GM Golf, I mostly mean Garrett and Matt, sometimes only Garrett. But this was gone about the wrong way by Garrett and Matt, as you can see by the Sidemen, they all have only Sidemen merch. They don't have their own individual merch, like Simon doesn't have his own merch, KSI doesn't have his own merch, etc. Whereas Garrett and Matt wanted to continue selling their own individual stuff. This doesn't work, and Brody explained this in his video, as they would all eventually turn up to BroFive videos in their own merch, and who gets what merch if it's a phrase said in a BroFive video, etc, etc. It's just very complicated. Brody had his own following similar to the Sidemen, but he wanted to do a Dude Perfect kind of idea where he was only using his following to push them to BroFive. Okay, so they had a clear mismatch of positions, and what they wanted to do was not most effective for them to do. This can be sorted out. However, Brody did not consider, and Garrett and Matt did not say, or perhaps didn't even consciously register, that there is a big difference in that Brody has over 2.2 million subs. He has done so many brand deals, it's unreal, and has a following over multiple platforms, multiple channels, multiple different video types, and even changing a whole different sport. And he's had this following for a long time. GM Golf only really started blowing up recently. They had finally figured out what's worked for them, they finally started getting views, their merch was selling, all that good stuff. So Brody can dive into BroFive and only push BroFive and forget his channel because he has security in knowing that he has ride or die fans for years, and that even if in a year BroFive dies, he completely neglected his own channel, he could go back and he'd still be doing pretty good. Maybe not as well as he could have been, but he certainly won't be on the streets by any means. GM Golf only just got a following. They don't have the security of ride or die fans. They haven't tested it. They've been doing what works, and they haven't had multiple years of making big money like Brody. And even their channels are only 5% the size as Brody's put together. Selling their own merch and remaining consistent on their own channels, despite saying they only want to do BroFive, was not a matter of them being greedy or underhanded. Garrett and Matt didn't want or necessarily need the money from those videos. They wanted and needed the job security. You may then say, why not demonetize them and why sell their own merch, etc. Well, the merch is all about keeping your brand alive and suddenly not abandoning the brand that they had built and the money they had already invested into making that brand. As for the monetization, why would they not keep it monetized? I'm going to give Garrett and Matt the benefit of the doubt and say that it was subconscious that they knew they had to keep the people around in case BroFive didn't work. If it is subconscious, then why would they demonetize it? They didn't think they had anything to prove and they weren't really worried about it. If BroFive was made 2 or 3 years down the track and they went up for a setup similar to the Sidemen where they released a BroFive video once a week, on time, kept their own channels ticking, not only do I think that the channel would have survived, I think that the videos would have gotten so much better and bigger and they would have grown very, very quickly. And it could have been something that truly pushed the boundaries in the golf YouTube space. As it turns out, it was the right people, wrong time. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. I still don't know what you're going to see more of around here, guys, but if you enjoyed this one, please let me know. Thank you for watching.